Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I have something new here from VEVOR. This is a air compressor. I've been using small air compressors for a while. This one's a little larger with an 8-gallon tank, so this should be a lot better for working on motorcycles, working on the Jeep and stuff like that, airing up car tires, because I can run pneumatic tools with it. I can run a spray gun with it. I can run my air impact, air ratchets, an air angle grinder, stuff like that. So this should be pretty handy. Should be a lot better than just a little 12-volt pump like I've been using. Let's take this thing out of the box so we can set it up here. I already have an air hose, so we can hook it to it and try it out. Cut the tape and the straps. Okay, so first thing in the top of the box, we have the manual here. Then we have, looks like, the wheels that go on it. So there's the wheels, and these are the bolts for the wheels that go through here. Then we have two of the air breather intakes. They go on here, probably just, yep, they got an air filter in them. Got two of those. And then we have a rubber foot, which goes on the bottom of the compressor to set down on the floor. Then we have the compressor all wrapped in plastic, so I need to set this down on the floor, take it out of the box, set it back up here on the table where we can look at it. Good looking unit. Okay, so I guess the first thing we probably want to do is put the wheels on it and the foot on it, just so it's sitting up on something. Should be fairly simple. So we can lay it over here like this. The wheels are pretty simple. They're just a 17 millimeter wrench on both sides. We have one flared side that will go on here, so our bolts go in. And put our lock washer and nut on from the back side. These are made to where they don't go so far that you can't tighten them too tight. That's good. So I did notice here on the bottom it does have a petcock for a drain, so you can drain the moisture out of it, because it will build up moisture in these. Or if you wanted to let the air out of it, you could do that, but they're for draining moisture. Actually had a little bit of air in it. It's just that easy to put the wheels on. Now we have this rubber foot that will go right here on this bottom part right here. It looks like it's probably just going to be a 10 millimeter wrench to tighten it on. Put the nut on the bottom side. So yes, it is a 10 millimeter wrench. Okay, now let's set this thing back up here. That's a lot better now. It's sitting on wheels. Got a handle here to roll with. And the rubber foot to sit down like that. Pretty nice. Okay, now we can stick the two filters on. And they will go on right here. You usually just hand tighten these. They do have a place to tighten with a wrench, but I don't believe that's necessary. Like so. Here is our 110 wall outlet plug. Okay, so as I said, this is a 8-gallon tank on here. We have a 2 horsepower motor. Max air pressure is 120 psi, 2.2 CFM. The motor speed is 3,300 RPM. It is 650 watt. The weight is 45.64 pounds. So as I said, this would also be good for using for brad nailer, framing nailers, impact wrenches, air drills, spray guns, pneumatic screwdrivers, sanders, everything pretty much pneumatic. Most stuff will run off of this pretty easily. Okay, so as far as specifications, it does also say that this is 80 decibels. Okay, so let's see if my air hose will couple right on here. It should, hopefully. Perfect. So all we need to do is plug this in to the wall outlet, and then we'll turn it on, run it up, and see where the pressure shuts off at. Okay, I have it plugged into the wall outlet. Now this is our quick shut off right here. You can use this to start and stop the compressor. So down is off. If you need to turn it off, just push that down. This, I wanted to say also that this is a oilless air compressor, so we don't have to worry about oil and none of that problems. Right here is our regulator. On this side is our regulator gauge, and this is our pressure gauge right here. And then on this side right here, we do have the pressure relief valve. So if it gets too much pressure built up, this will pop out and relieve the pressure automatically. So the motor does look like it's really nice, has nice heat sink fins on top on both compressors. There's actually two pumps built in with two pistons, one here, and then a nice heat sink on top. I like that. Filters, as we already seen, is located on top. And then of course, here is our motor. This is our capacitor for the motor. We do have a braided stainless line going from the tank to the compressor. And we have a copper line coming off here that goes up to the air valve right inside here. Okay, so now let's pull this to turn it on. We want to watch the pressure, see where it shuts off and how long it takes to build up the pressure to where it shuts off. I have my stopwatch here ready to go. So let's turn this on. Got our stopwatch going here. It's actually fairly quiet. I'm really surprised at how quiet this is. And we're at 60 pounds. We've been going for a minute and 15 seconds. We are at 90 pounds, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. 100 pounds, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Three minutes and 50 seconds, we're approaching 120 pounds. There we stopped, 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and we stopped right just barely over 120 PSI. That's pretty good. You see we're at 120 PSI. Now this is our regulator valve, which you can regulate it right here with this red knob. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now on the bottom there, the drain valve, I'm gonna turn it on slowly, let this air come out, and we'll see what pressure does this kick back on at. We're at 100. And we're at 90. So 90 pounds. There we kicked off right at 120 again. So I'm going to do the same thing. I want to release the drain valve on the bottom, drop it down to 90 to where it kicks back on. Then I want to time it to see how long it takes from 90 to 120. Okay, there we go. Kicked on at 90. Let's see how long this takes to get back up to 120. Minute and 28 seconds. That's not too bad for a small compressor like this. Okay, so let's plug in my air ratchet. See how it runs it. And we're just going to see how it runs the air ratchet. Plenty good. See how long it takes to drop it down to 90. Not too bad right there, it kicked on. Pretty cool. Okay, now I have an old air die grinder, which I've had for a lot of years. It's an oldie, but it's been a goodie. Runs it good. Very good. Then I have an old blow tip. This is actually a sandblaster blow tip, but I use it for an air gun. It works really good. Really nice. Okay, so I've let my Jeep Gladiator tire down until it's flat. I run 45 PSI in this tire. Let's put the valve core back in here and see how long it takes us to air this up. Airing up pretty fast. There, the air compressor, I heard it kick back in. Let's check and see what our pressure is now. 22. We got a ways to go. $32. $41. Getting close. $45.5. Pretty close. Okay, we're looking good. Now I did speed the camera up so it wouldn't just take forever on the video, but aired it up pretty good. Okay, there we shut off. Now let's check. That's not too bad at all. I mean, it's warm enough. You don't hold your hand on there too long, but I can hold it on there a little bit. So it is doing its job. The fins are cooling it. That's not too bad. The motor down here, of course, is a lot cooler than the compressor heads here. Super good. Okay, guys, that is it for the VEVOR 8-gallon portable oil-free air compressor. I will post a link to this below where you can check this out. I will also post below it a coupon code. So when you go to the checkout, you put in the coupon code and save you some money. Thank you all for watching Woodsman Adventures. Click the thumbs up, subscribe down below, and click that bell icon, and you'll be notified when I put out a new video. And we'll catch you all in the next adventure. Right on.